to ask the DOJ because I'm very concerned with the whistleblower doon Patindugan. Kay kapartido ko yan. Ako, tumakbo sa amin yan na mayor, kaya lang natalo. I would like to ask bakit napakatagal naman pag-accept nyo sa witness protection program? Siya ang nagsimula niyan, delikado na ang buhay niya. Bakit hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin na-accept sa witness protection program? Naghihintay ba kayo na mamatay pa yan? Wala na tayong testigos. Na alam mo naman yung kalaban na inaano natin, talagang sobra-sobra ang yaman na lahat ang gagawin. In fact, noon pa yan, pinapapatay na. Noon, 50 million. Ngayon, 100 million na. Tawag ko nga sa kanya, si John Wick. Kasi kahit saan, open contract. Yun lang yung tanong ko, kung hanggang kailan yung ma-acceptar yan na para maproteksyon na talaga ng todo-todo.
With the indulgence of Bongosat Mintel, sige po, mamaya, sasagutin niyo yan. We'll just finish the statements of the other source speakers. Mintel.
Okay ba?
Please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir. From the Department of Interior and Local Government, may we call on ASEC Joabili P. Ratio. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chair, allow us to read the preliminary statement on the hearing of the House of Representatives Committee on Human Rights of the Department of the Interior and Local Government. Mr. Chair, honorable members of the Committee on Human Rights, colleagues from different government agencies and guests. This representation expresses its full support in conducting this public hearing with regard to the alleged killings of missing Sabongeros. The department will not tolerate this kind of criminal act and will ensure that there will be no sacred cows. As stressed out by Honorable Secretary of the DILG, no government officials will be spared from criminal liability in the case of the abduction of cockfighting aficionados. The DILG, together with the NAPOLCOM, PNP, and other government agencies will continue to work hand in hand to investigate all angles in the case of the missing Sabongeros and will file appropriate administrative and or criminal cases to those involved in order to put this matter to rest. As to the state of Isabong operations in the country, the DILG in Memorandum Circular Number 2023-030 dated February 12, 2023 continued the suspension of Isabong operations including all auxiliary Isabong operations and off-cockpit station operations nationwide. Correspondingly, we will closely coordinate with the other national government agencies such as the PNP and all LGUs to obtain vital information and substantial pieces of evidence that would enable us to ascertain the truth in the state of Isabong in the country. A copy of the department's stated position paper will be submitted to the Honorable Committee. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Comsec, go ahead.
Yes, sir. From the PNP Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, Police Brigadier General Christopher Abrahano. Sir.
To the Honorable Chairman of the House Committee on Human Rights, Representative Bienvenido Abante, to the distinguished members of the committee, and to our fellow resource persons present in today's hearing, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. I am Police Brigadier General Christopher Abrahano. On behalf of the Philippine National Police, I appear before this honorable committee in my capacity as Director of the CIDG. The CIDG serves as the primary investigative arm of the PNP, mandated to pursue serious and organized crimes and to ensure that the rule of law is upheld with full respect for human rights. We recognize the importance of today's hearings, which concerns the reported cases of alleged killings involving the so-called missing Sabongeros. The CIDG has been at the forefront of these investigations, fully cognizant of the gravity of the matter and the urgent call for justice by the victims, families, and the Filipino people. In the pursuit of truth, the CIDG has exerted extensive effort to gather evidence, identify persons of interest, and reconstruct the circumstances surrounding the disappearances. These investigative actions have been carried out in close coordination with the Department of Justice, particularly the National Prosecution Service, to ensure that the evidence we obtain is translated into prosecutorial action and ultimately accountability before the courts of law. On August 1, 2025, the CIDG has submitted to the DOJ for evaluation and eventual preliminary investigation the cases against 62 respondents. These possible cases are multiple murder, kidnapping, obstruction of justice, and enforced disappearances. As the Director of the CIDG, I reaffirm our unwavering commitment to pursue every lead, exhaust all legal remedies, and extend full cooperation with this honorable committee. We remain steadfast in our mission to enforce the law, protect our citizens, and uphold justice, not only as a matter of mandate, but also as a solemn duty to the families of the victims and to our nation. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Comsec. We would like to recognize the arrival of other members of the committee. Will you please recognize that, Comsec?
Yes, Your Honor. May we also recognize Congresswoman Renee Louise M. Co. Congressman Antonino B. Roman III, our Vice Chairperson, and Congressman Harry Redon. Also, we would like to acknowledge the presence of Attorney Rafael Vicente Calinisan from the National Police Commission.
All right. Can you now please call the next resource speaker, Officer?
Our next resource speaker is Police Colonel Richmond Tadina from the PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group.
Yes. To our Honorable Chairman and to all attendees in this meeting, good afternoon. So on the part po of the PNP-ACG, we have our way of identifying websites related to Isabong. We have dedicated personnel who conducts patrolling. Similar to the traditional patrolling, we patrol the cyberspace from the ACG headquarters down to our regional anti-cybercrime units. So we have 18 officers that cyber patrols on a daily basis. So from the issuance of the executive order continuing the suspension of Isabong, we have identified at least more than 7,000 websites that are involved in the illegal activity, and we were able to request to NTC for the blocking of 7,275 websites. Similarly, the PAGCOR also refer online Sabong websites for investigative assistance and request for blocking to NTC, sir. So, similar to what the DICT have said, that we are facing challenges. These are the use of virtual private network. So there are anonymity tools that ito po yung identities of the owners, kaya po tayo walang nahuhuli dahil through VPN it encrypts internet traffic to protect online identity and data from third parties. So there are domain and subdomains wherein host from other countries, sir, ay hindi natin ma-detect dito sa Pilipinas. And among the challenges we are facing right now is at present, the existing laws has no penal provisions on live streaming or broadcast of live cockfights on the conduct of cockpit with betting. And eSabong is not penalized in countries where web hosting services are located. We host like GoDaddy, Amazon, and Cloudflare operates outside the country and are beyond the regulatory framework of the NTC and jurisdiction of our Philippine courts. We are also facing difficulty in investigating eSabong websites that use internet tunneling services like Cloudflare. eSabong websites can easily activate kahit na-block na ito, but they use alternative or backup websites after blocking of NTC. And advanced users can still access NTC block websites through domain name system configuration. So nag-iiba lang po iniiba lang nila yung pangalan. And itong mga users can still access kahit block na po to kasi hindi pa naman po siya talaga totally nawawala or nadidelete. Yun lang po.
Okay. Okay. Next.
From the National Police Commission, Attorney Rafael Vicente Calinisan.
Good afternoon po, Mr. Chair. Apologies for being late. We just came from another congressional hearing. We just wanted to say that we will cooperate fully with the commission, with the committee, sir, and the House of Representatives. We are at your disposal po, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
From the Philippine Coast Guard, Commodore Geronimo B. Tuvilla.
To the Chairman, members of this committee, mga kasama, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. I'm Commodore Geronimo Bautista Tuvilla. I'm the Commander of Coast Guard District Southern Tagalog. The Philippine Coast Guard role in this operation is tasked primarily with conducting technical diving and underwater search operations in Taalik. This involves the deployment of technical certified technical divers, sonar operators, and surface support units, who will be responsible for locating and, where possible, recovering bodies, remains, or materials that will be evidence that may have been disposed of in the Taal Lake. In addition, the PCG is expected to support law enforcement agencies by ensuring that any recovered evidence is handled in a manner consistent with legal chain of custody procedures. Equally important is the PCG's responsibility to guarantee the safety of operators within Taal Lake, securing both the divers and the surrounding operational area. This mission also carries a humanitarian dimension, as the PCG will assist in the dignified recovery and turnover of human remains to provide closure to the families of the missing Sabongeros. The Philippine Coast Guard takes the position that it fully supports the DOJ's requests and stands firmly behind the directive of our Commandant, Admiral Ronnie Gaban. The organization affirms its readiness to mobilize its technical divers, maritime experts, and specialized equipment in aid of the ongoing investigation. This stance reflects the PCG's commitment to fulfilling its mandate under Republic Act 9993, its duty to support the rule of law, and its humanitarian obligation to assist victims' families, to uphold public confidence in the government's capability to act decisively in matters of national concern. The organization recognizes that its expertise is uniquely suited to this task and views its involvement as both as a legal duty and moral responsibility. Nevertheless, there are operational considerations and challenges, as what was mentioned, that must be acknowledged to ensure the safety and success of this mission. Environmental hazards in Taal Lake significant
significant risk to divers based on the water quality monitoring conducted